What's your excuse this time? That you don't know him? Or that you were drugged again?
The Riverwood Pack lived by one unbreakable rule: no werewolf mates a human. But my Alfa, Ethan, broke that rule for me. He knelt before the moon goddess for 3 days and 3 nights, begging for her blessing so his pack would be forced to accept me as his mate. But in my 4th year as his Luna, I was caught cheating for the 3rd time. The beta she-wolf at his side smirked, her voice dripping with malice.
Luna, the mate agreement is clear. 3 betrayals, and you're exiled. You lose all rights to the pup.
Ethan's eyes burned with anger and disappointment.
What's your excuse this time? That you don't know him? Or that you were drugged again?
But this time, I didn't panic. I didn't burst into tears, begging him to listen or forgive me for our pup's sake. I calmly accepted the dissolution of our bond and even offered to never see our pup again. For 4 years, everyone said a plain human like me was never good enough for an alpha like him. And now, I was just tired. But when I finally vanished from his world, he tore it apart looking for me. I pressed my thumbprint onto the agreement to dissolve our bond.
I'll move out of the River Pack's territory as soon as I can. I'll take my grandmother with me. As for Leo...
You don't deserve to be his mother. You are never to see him again.
I didn't flinch. I just smiled.
I was about to say the same thing. I won't be seeing him anymore.
Ethan's brow furrowed. He wasn't used to me being so final. For the last 4 years, our pup was my entire world. In every fight, he'd always threatened to keep Leo from me. And every time, I was the one who'd bow my head, apologize, and beg him to let me see my son. This wasn't like me at all. Celine's smirk widened, and she covered her mouth in mock surprise.
Corinne, how can you say such a thing? He's your own flesh and blood.
I ignored her. I was used to her, always at Ethan's side, acting more like his mate than I ever was, all while finding new ways to drive a wedge between us. Ethan sneered at my calm expression.
Faithless to the core. Giving up your own flesh and blood for some mutt outside? Corinne, you truly are something else.
His words were daggers, slicing at my heart, but I was numb. I'd endured this kind of humiliation for 4 years. The first time I was caught, the so-called lover vanished before Ethan arrived. The security camera only caught a blurry figure. I tried to explain, to prove my innocence, but as a human, I couldn't form a mind link with him. I had no way to make him feel the truth in my heart.
Ethan, please believe me. I don't know that man.
I'd cried, begging him. He didn't listen. Celine was right there, adding fuel to the fire.
Maybe Corinne just prefers being with human men. They are their own kind, after all.
From then on, as punishment, I was forced to schedule visits with my own son through Celine, a week in advance, watched by pack guards the entire time. It was like a prisoner's visitation hour. The second time was worse. I was locked in the basement for a month. I saw no one, not even a sliver of sunlight. I developed severe claustrophobia. It took me a full week after they let me out before I could speak to people normally. When Leo saw me, he burst into tears. I was so thin I looked like a ghost. Now, the 3rd time, I was done with this sick game, so I let go.
I've signed it. Is there anything else? If not, please leave.
Corinne, you'd better not regret this. Don't come crawling back to me, because I won't be merciful again.
He turned and walked toward the door. My mind went back 5 years, to when I found Ethan, injured, and nursed him back to health. During that time, we fell in love. He would press his hand over his heart and tell me again and again,
"You are the most special woman I have ever known. My heart, my wolf, they're yours."
Until he finally confessed the truth. He was a werewolf. I hesitated. I couldn't see myself as the Luna his pack needed, and I never believed he could break their sacred laws for me. But he was relentless, chasing me for an entire year until he finally knelt at the moon goddess's temple for 3 days and nights, begging her to bless our union. When a pale, exhausted Ethan told me he'd secured the elder's approval, my resolve shattered. I truly believed our love was strong enough to bridge the divide between our worlds. But just 6 months after I became his mate, I was found with another man. The frame-up was sloppy, obvious even, but it didn't matter. Something in his eyes changed that day. Watching his back as he left, I felt my heart turn to stone. I had trusted him, and I had been wrong. I would not make that mistake again. Celine paused at the door, turning back to give me a fake smile.
Enjoy yourself, Corinne. You and your kind are better suited for each other, aren't you?
Her words were laced with venom, but I no longer cared. After they left, the room fell into a dead silence. I turned to the man still passed out on the bed, and a wave of nausea rolled in my stomach. I'd been awake for a while. As the drug's effects wore off and I realized I'd been set up again, I could have run, only to be dragged back for an even crueler punishment. But this time, I chose to stay. I waited for this whole drama to play out, just to end this disgusting game for good. That evening, I returned to the River Pax estate, my former home. When I pushed open the door to the master bedroom, I found it empty. My clothes, my books, even the jasmine plant I'd potted myself, all gone. A werewolf maid saw me and bowed her head awkwardly.
Mrs. Corinne, your things have been packed. They're in the storage room. Miss Selina said the master bedroom needs to be prepared for the new Luna.
The new Luna. I let out a bitter laugh. Celine certainly worked fast. The storage room was next to the basement, a dark, damp space filled with old furniture and junk. My suitcases were tossed in a corner, one of them broken open, my clothes spilling onto the dusty floor. I knelt and started digging through the mess. I didn't care about the expensive clothes or jewelry. Those were gifts from Ethan, or rather, gifts for the Luna he wanted me to be. I was looking for only one thing, the emerald necklace my grandmother had given me. It was the only treasure that was truly mine. Finally, in a broken jewelry box, I found it.
Hey!
A small voice came from behind me. I turned to see 4-year-old Leo standing in the doorway, looking down at me. At some point, he'd stopped calling me Mom. Now, it was just hey.
Auntie Selina said you're not part of our family anymore. You're an outsider. You can't take anything from the pack.
My heart clenched.
Leo, these are my things, not the pack's.
No! Auntie Selina says all lowly humans are thieves. You can't take anything!
He lunged for the necklace in my hand, his small fingers yanking hard on the chain.
Leo, let go! This was from your great-grandmother!
I tried to protect it, but even a 4-year-old pup had unnatural strength. In the struggle, the necklace snapped and fell to the floor. The crack of the emerald shattering was deafening in the small, silent room. I stared at the broken pieces on the ground, my heart turning to ash. The stone that held all of my grandmother's love was shattered.
It's your fault for not letting go!
Leo, do you have any idea what you just broke? That was from my great-grandmother. Do you even know she's in a nursing home because of you?
I don't have a great-grandmother. I just know about some burden who's draining our pack's medical resources. Auntie Selina said she should have died a long time ago. Then Dad wouldn't have to waste so much money on her. Auntie Selina said that, for a lowly human, she doesn't deserve to be in our pack.
Say that again.
Lowly? Doesn't deserve? My expression terrified him. He bit his lip, then found his courage.
A lowly old woman?
I couldn't take it anymore. I shoved him. I couldn't stand hearing those vile words from his mouth. Caught off guard, he fell backward and let out a pained cry.
Dad! Mommy hit me!
Leo wailed from the floor.
Leo, what's wrong?
Dad, she hit me! Make her leave! I want Auntie Celine.
Ethan's furious glare landed on me.
Are you insane? Attacking your own pup?
I stood in the corner, watching the father and son, feeling nothing.
I didn't hit him. I was fulfilling my final duty as his mother. Teaching him some manners. Teaching him what he should and shouldn't say.
Manners? You call shoving a 4-year-old pup manners?
Leo sobbed in his father's arms, but still managed to repeat his earlier words.
Dad! Auntie Celine was right! That old woman is just wasting your money! She should have died a long time ago.
Hearing it again from my own son's lips was like a knife twisting in my heart. But what broke me was Ethan's reaction. He just frowned. He didn't scold Leo. Instead, he defended Celine.
Celine was just stating a fact from the perspective of pack resources. Don't make a big deal out of it. Her medical bills are a significant expense.
I stared at him in disbelief. After 4 years together, he thought caring for my sick grandmother was an unnecessary expense.
Ethan, do you hear yourself?
Enough.
I brought Leo here so you two could talk.
About the situation. Don't tell him yet. He's young. He needs time to adjust.
He meant the bond dissolution. I almost laughed. In the last 4 years, the total time I'd spent talking to Leo was probably less than half the time he'd spent alone with Celine. And now he wanted us to talk? I bent down and gathered the shattered pieces of the emerald, not even flinching as a sharp edge sliced my finger.
I'm leaving.
In the living room, Celine was lounging elegantly on the sofa with a cup of tea, as if she owned the place. She gave me a perfect smile as I walked out. I ignored her and headed straight for the main entrance.
Stop!
You can't go! You didn't say sorry to me!
Used to being the center of everyone's world, Leo couldn't handle my indifference. When I didn't immediately kneel to hug and soothe him, he started wailing. The sound was shrill and piercing. My coldness finally made Ethan snap. The full force of his alpha command crashed down on me, making it hard to breathe.
Stop! Apologize to Leo, now!
The alpha's command was an invisible chain, binding my body. To end it all, I mechanically knelt and looked at the crying boy.
I'm sorry, Leo. Mommy shouldn't have pushed you.
Leo stopped crying. He glared at me with swollen, red eyes, then suddenly swung his little hand. At4, Leo could already partially shift. His nails lengthened, sharpening into claws. Blood welled up instantly from 3 deep gashes on my arm.
Lowly human! You deserved it!
You reek of another male. Even a pup can scent it. This is the punishment you deserve.
Ethan, I shot to my feet. My shot fell in, my eyes blazing with fury. You say I reek of another male? What about you? For 4 years, you and Celine have been inseparable. You even sent our son to stay at her house. So you tell me, whose scent is more disgusting? Corinne! How dare you? The Alpha and I are innocent. I was merely performing my duties as a beta, helping manage pack affairs. Innocent? You know exactly what's in your heart. You...
Enough! Corinne, you have completely and utterly disappointed me. Since you seem to think we're not so innocent, I'll show you what real betrayal looks like.
Ethan ordered the nanny to take Leo away. Then he grabbed my wrist and dragged me back into the bedroom.
Ethan, let me go!
I struggled, but a human's strength is nothing against a werewolf's. The door slammed shut. He bound my wrists with a coarse rope and threw me to the floor.
Tonight, you're going to watch.
That hurts!
Hurt? You think this hurts? Do you have any idea how much it hurt when I found you with him?
He turned, pulled Celine into his arms, and crushed his lips against hers. The kiss was passionate, fiery, as if they were true mates. The sight made me want to vomit.
Ethan, we dissolved the bond! You can't humiliate me like this!
He didn't listen, deepening the kiss. Celine let out a soft moan, her hand slowly tracing the skin over his heart. There, tattooed in black ink, was my name. The mate's mark of loyalty. Now, Celine's fingers were stroking those letters.
Alpha, this tattoo. Can you change it to my name?
I closed my eyes, silent tears streaming down my face.
Of course, Selena. A faithless mate doesn't deserve a place on my skin.